Hello, YouTube viewers. I am here for Freedom Fighters right now, for Recovery Tuesdays, and let's get started. Okay, so today's topic has to do with, what kind of crossing paths with other people who, have eating disorders and, the whole getting triggered, how to handle that, my experience with it, that sort of thing. And first off, I just kind of want to say I know so many other people who have eating disorders because of my own channel. And I get, girls who are currently practicing behaviors every day telling me about their struggle and their story. I get messages 2 to 3 times a day from people I don't know, never met, whatever, because they got a hold of me through YouTube. And so I have to separate myself in a way, because so many people are telling me what they do with their eating disorder, blah, 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 which I don't mind at all. I love hearing from you guys. But I have to not use that to kind of fuel my own eating disorder. And dealing with other girls, I always know there's a sense of competition. I don't have that anymore, that competitive eating disorder viewpoint, but I know plenty of other girls who do, and I've seen it so many times. It's really sad. We always, with eating disorders, we always want to be on top, right? We always want to eat the least, or, purge the most, whatever. So if people, it's always in my experience that when you meet up with someone else who has an eating disorder, you want to compete with them no matter how much you love them or you care for them, or how much you want them to recover. You're gonna want to compete with them. It's only natural. In general, avoid other people with eating disorders. They may unintentionally, of course, unintentionally, I'm not saying they're doing this on purpose, but they may unintentionally drag you down and obviously trigger you into either restarting or continuing behaviors. Like I said, competition is a really big thing. I'm sure you guys have all felt that at one point during your eating disordered life. And hey, you can make them worse too, okay? It's not always them who's making you worse. You can unintentionally make them worse off in their eating disorder as well. And usually that has to do with, competition again. They want to compete with you. Even if you don't want to compete with them, they might want to compete with you, and you may not even know it. Of course, you may want a buddy, like a recovery buddy, but just be aware of the consequences. Those can sometimes have very rewarding effects. A recovery buddy, or, someone. But really, just take in mind what I just said. Be aware of those consequences. And, because they're a reality that can really tear someone apart. Resisting triggers now, as sufferer, it's nearly impossible to go through life without meeting another sufferer. We all, go through treatment. You usually meet other people, especially if you're inpatient or in a program, etc. People on YouTube, Facebook, you're always gonna come across people, either intentionally or unintentionally, who also struggle from an eating disorder. And I think one thing too that's really important with meeting other people is that know that everyone has their own story. Things may be drastically different between your eating disorder and theirs, and sometimes we don't realize that. Like, what might affect us may not affect them. Or say you're comfortable talking about calorie intake, or you're comfortable with numbers, let's say that, and you're mentioning numbers left and right while talking to this other person, and next thing you know, the other person is really upset. because maybe numbers affect them the most, more than anything. And also, there's this really thing I try to hold strong to is, compare and despair. Like, if you compare yourself to someone, either by looks, body-wise, and this is for all walks of life, compare leads to despair. Like, always. Trust me. And so that's basically what I wanted to say. Like I said, I know so many girls, and thankfully, I don't get triggered easily, but so I'm thankfully able to deal with that. Coming across other girls who are telling me all about their behaviors, telling me their weights and their stats and everything, and their introduction messages to me, and I can just read it and separate myself from it. But it's not so easy for everyone. It may be easy for you. It might not be for the person you're talking to. So keep that in mind. Like I said, know that everyone is different. Avoid competition at all costs. That is like probably a really popular reason that cause of relapse. Cause of relapse. Carefully, you may be dragging them down. They might not be saying anything. So be really careful what you say. And I'm not saying that you should never talk to anyone with an eating disorder. I talk to people every single freaking day. I still talk to some of the girls I was in the hospital with. Like, it's completely normal and everything to either A, keep touch, or B, meet new people. You kind of have a common theme in your life. And it can be a very positive thing, but you just gotta be careful. You gotta know the risks in it, okay? Vicky promised me. And one more thing. I'm going to Italy on the 14th. So, 3 days, I think? Yeah. And I will be returning August 1st. So I won't be able to make videos for like 3 I don't know, whatever. But I will have internet, so if you need to contact me, feel free to message me to my YouTube account, my Facebook, my Tumblr, my Twitter, my MySpace, my Formspring, all that crazy stuff. I'm a very connected person. I hope you all have a fabulous week. Oh, I'm filming this on Sunday, by the way, so when I said I'm leaving in 4 days, I really mean Wednesday. 3 days. I'm just gonna shut up now, okay? Alright. Have a nice week.